I want to tell you a story of the old days, when people were different from now. When you look at me with my gray hair, my shoulders bent with the years, you may not believe that I, Tuktu, was once a child, young and carefree. But it was so. One of my fondest memories is of my father, who taught me how to hunt the seal, who taught me the secrets of the moon and stars, who taught me also the arts of the bow, the harpoon, and the fishing spear. I well remember my first visit to the place of many fishes. We set out laden with our spears and tent poles, also the many skins needed to make a tent. The day was bright with autumn sun, and I could tell that my father was in a good humor. I brought him a drink from the cold, clear river. He smiled and said I was a joy to him, that I would certainly be the greatest of all hunters, and that if I was tired, he would carry me. Will my uncle be at the fishing place? I asked, for I wanted very much to see him, and this my father knew. Alas, he said, I do not think so. Your uncle has gone a long way from here to another country, where the seals are bigger than kayaks, and where the fish jump out of the water when you whistle. As we walked along, I tried to imagine this land of marvels, wondering greatly that we didn't live there. I felt a sadness in my heart, for I knew I should never see my uncle again. For who would leave a country of such great magic? At last we came near to the place of many fishes. Look, said my father, there is a tent. I believe strangers have arrived before us. We hurried forward. I heard a shout, Tuktu, Tuktu! It was my uncle. My heart was full of joy when I saw him. I have cut my hair for the winter, I said. And I also, he answered. And you have grown, Tuktu. Soon you will be a great hunter, even as your father. My uncle helped with the tent, placing it near to his own on dry, smooth ground. I asked him if he had come back from a long journey. Yes, Tuktu, I have, he said. Were the seals as big as kayaks? I asked. And did the fish leap out of the water when you whistled? But my uncle only laughed. Said my mother, some fathers fill the ears of their children with dreams. Some fathers tease their children with foolish tales. I watched the men go down to the long stone weir in the river. My father told me all about this weir, how very old it was, made by the Eskimos of long, long ago. Almost 300 winters had passed away since our ancestors had built the weir, stone by stone, building it up carefully and artfully, this long wall to trap the Arctic char that swam up the river during the few weeks of autumn. Each season, the weir was damaged by heavy winter ice. At each season, the Eskimos would come and make repairs. Fallen stones would then be lifted back into place. Not a hole was left, not one small crack for the fish to escape through. The winter before had been very hard. I remember how my father and my uncle worked a long time to repair the weir. But presently the task was finished. My father said, now we can only wait and be patient. I still have work to do, for my spear needs mending. I pray to the water spirit for a good catch. We have many mouths to feed during the long winter. Then my mother brought the spear to my father, and he sat in a quiet place in the sun and made the spear ready for the fishing. At last the fish returned and were trapped by the weir. I remember seeing them in great numbers. Desperately they tried to escape. Said my father, "I have never seen so many. Our children will not go hungry for many weeks. Let us begin the fishing." Then my father and all our friends went down to the weir. We caught fish in vast numbers that day, as many as there are stars in the sky. I thought surely all the fish in the world are here. Truly, this was a time to remember. But as you know, the spirits of the dead fish are wise and may see more than is good. The fish spirits might warn their friends against our fishing place, warn them to stay away from the weir. Therefore my mother took ashes and covered the eyes of the fish. Thus she made them blind, and the fish could not see the place or tell their friends where they had been taken. made a cache or hiding place and covered the fish with stones. Here the fish would freeze and remain good to eat. Here also our winter food would remain safe from foxes and hungry polar bears. The day had been long and we were hungry. Said my father, "Our work is finished. Let a fire be made for the cooking pot and a feast prepared. Let all be thankful." Then my father took the fire drill and with the help of my uncle made a fire. The way they did this was wonderful to see. My father said, "Today Taktu has seen many things and brought luck to his father's spear. My son, learn from what you see. One day you also will fish and make fire. You are my son, and I am thankful." Let my breath blow a song of the animals I have caught, of the many fish that came in to us from the wide sea. Let my breath blow a song in praise of the quick fish that move like arrows through the water. Do not be angry with us, little fish. I make this song for you. The lands around my dwelling are more beautiful because of you, and life is thankfulness. And that is the way we used to live.